Hi guys, welcome back to Three Faces in the Dark. It's me, Joseph, and Bias Opinion, and Big L. Uh, we have skipped like past 2 weeks because I went to Japan. So, but moving forward, I guess because it's like already 1 month into the lake, so we'll be probably uploading like twice a month instead of every week. Yep. So since back from Japan, I've only been playing a little, right? So I'm done with Dota, I guess, because my Dota character has already reached level 100, right?
Okay, so just an update. I think, yeah, as what Joseph has mentioned, yeah, the past 2 weeks has been quite a lot of things happen. It's just that we never really like record down what we want to actually um talk about because there's just too much to talk about regarding PoE, right? I think one of the topics that I really want to bring up, and I am not sure if the other two that is with me, they want to talk about the inflation that is currently happening in PoE. I'm actually very pissed that some of the items that I want to buy are very expensive now. And even though I think we got the divines to spend, I feel bad to buy things at such a inflated amount. Yeah, so that is just maybe one of the topics that I want to talk about. But if not, I think we can always chat about some of the rare loots because you guys have seen right. I have been posting screenshots of my total climbing since for the past 2 weeks, and it was glorious. The thing is that I think GG might have stealth nerfed some of the rare loots. I'm not sure about that because I still have another 1,300 coins to go. I previously ran 1,400 of my own. Then the other day when I was buying coins, I was buying it at a rate of one div to about 275 coins. So I bought 4 div worth of that. And then suddenly there was yeah, then suddenly there was someone who sold me 5 divine worth of coins. So I actually bought 9 div worth of coins to run, and I think I'll finish by next week, and maybe the next podcast I'll talk about the total amount of loots that I get from the coins that I have, which is probably around 3,000 coins. Yeah.
Um, for the total, are you at rating 2000 already, or have you been there for a while?
Yeah. All these coins we are talking about is done at rank 2K, except my first 1.44K coins. I think I reached 2K with only 400 to 300 to 400 coins left. So about 1K to hit to 2K rank. Yeah.
Alright, you scared me for a bit, cause I thought you took like 2K, 3K coins to hit rating 2000. That scared me.
Yeah, so currently now they have reached 100. So I didn't actually track how much coin did I use, but all in all, I guess from level 89 to 100, I managed to get myself a mage blood, and I have about 200 div to spare now. So thinking of a new build to complete my challenges. Yep.
Okay, since we are at this topic, why not we just open the podcast today on what builds are we currently looking at for this? I will consider this mid-league, but for most of the more veteran players, this is might as well the end of the league already. Yeah, we can talk about what builds we are looking at right now. So maybe we start with Bias. What are you currently playing?
Well, I didn't really farm much, and I kind of got bored in the middle of the league. So I tried leveling with phase breakers. Seems to be not that good. And the flamewood support isn't really strong until later on, I think. So I will probably go back to test out how leveling for flamewood would be in newer leagues and when to transition. Then now I am eyeing an auto bomber, so I'm leveling elementalist right now. I think Armageddon brand or Firestorm is all bait from people who don't know better. If you're going to level ignite elementalist, just use wave of conviction. Is everything else is seriously bait. Just look at the damage effectiveness. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Okay, so I think I have some comments about that. I think if you use Armageddon brand for leveling, it's alright, but most of people just play as a hit base. People don't actually do ignite straight away. Other than that, I think actually Flamewood is actually broken. If you saw the video, I think it was posted about 1 week ago on Reddit. People were using the black Zenith glove with that, right? Because it adds projectile, but it does it because you use a totem, so it's not you don't actually reduce the level of the totem. So there was some broken interaction there, lah. Then and regarding your phrase breakers, did you use the physical tattoos with your leveling?
I haven't used any of the tattoos yet, but with the tattoos, it should be decent. But one problem is that there doesn't seem to be a skill which has very good coverage. So I felt that even if I had more damage, it didn't feel that good.
I think melee leveling has always been quite meh. I think the only one that makes sense is if you use the Hollow Palm Jewel. Normally people use Infernal Blow or Smite with Infernal Blow. With the Hollow Palm. So that's the way that I see people are doing it. But most of people just respect when they hit maps. So yeah, I think that's just one of the way people are leveling these days. But there are so many good skills to level nowadays, so I don't really see that as a problem. So what so for the elementalist, what kind of which kind of auto bombing are you going for?
I'm thinking of using Herald Thunder and going for Fire Burst and be extreme, sadly, because of the cooldown reduction tattoos. And there's this spot in which with the double cooldown reduction, which is common knowledge right now. And the cooldown reduction tattoos used to be so much cheaper. Now it's like 70C each, which is still affordable, honestly.
So are you going to use a Boris Tail with that?
Yes. But I bought 2 of them at the start of the league, so I don't really know how expensive they are now.
Okay. No, because the whole idea of doing that is because I do get a few of these cooldown tattoos. I think the value is 8. So if you are doing the Warrior's Tail and you're putting both at the middle and the top, right? I assume. So that's going to be 32% cooldown reduction. How much are you going to aim for Fire Burst?
I think you can aim for a little bit more, but at 32% CDR, Fire Burst used to be 1 second. At 32% CDR, it should be roughly 1 second. So it's very close to pre-nerf Fire Burst. But because of how CDR works, it's not exactly like that if you have more than the tattoo CDR.
Okay, interesting. I think we'll want to see some of if you can record the video footage of your auto bombing, right? We're interested because I myself never played before an auto bomber, although I know the concept of it. Most of people play Herald or Thunder, they'll just use the two rings, right? They'll just use the two rings and then they'll just stomp brand to trigger the whole bombing thing.
Yeah, and the whole reason why I'm trying an auto bomber is because my foot pedal came. So my hands honestly have quite a bit of strain when I play Path of Exile. So I ordered a foot pedal. My foot pedal is bound to left click. It can be bound to other stuff, but left click is the strongest, right? Since you can use instant skills. So I have it bound to left click, and I'm looking forward to using zero hand Path of Exile gameplay.
Okay, yeah, we'll be interested to see that, because I think the way you play PoE is definitely different from all the other players. So yeah, we definitely will want to see what's going on, right? How about you, Joseph? What builds are you going to play now that we hear that you have Mage Blood and about 200 div spare apart from the Mage Blood to use? What build has gone has been in your radar?
Nothing much actually. So I'm just I haven't looked at the challenges, but I know that there is Sanctum, so we definitely need a character that can do Sanctum. Mm. I'm guessing probably like either like Shockwave Totem, right? Or I'm not sure what else is good. I haven't been keeping myself up with everyone.
Okay, I think that if you are only gearing for challenges, it's not difficult. I think the Sanctum challenges is actually one of the easiest. It's actually not hard. Rather, I think any character with decent DPS can get the challenge done. You don't really need a Sanctum runner to do that. Yeah. And I mean, okay, let's break down what does a Mage Blood do. I think even though this podcast is more like for us, we are very casual in terms of playing the game, even though we are try hard sometimes. But the thing is, it's not every league that will get Mage Blood. So I think this league, everybody is quite rich, be it from Sanctum or from other league mechanics that you have been farming. So maybe we can talk about Mage Blood. Then maybe with this Mage Blood discussion, we can inspire or give Joseph some ideas of what builds he can play, right? So guys, what do you think of Mage Blood as a unique item?
I think it's a bullshit item, because I'll never have one, ever.
Okay, yeah. I mean, apart from you not having, technically, if we pull our resources together, we can get you another Mage Blood. But if you are more in okay, the way I see it is that you make builds that are very budget friendly. So Mage Blood is out of the picture, right? So, but okay, let's turn it from another point of view. As a unique item, what do you think Mage Blood does to a build?
From what I see, it seems to clear out the resistances very well. One thing I don't understand is I don't see people using diamond flasks, which is it true? Do people use diamond flasks?
Okay, so it depends on builds, but because Diamond Flask the affix is 100% increased crit chance, right? So what people like to roll both of them together. So if they roll they'll roll the increased effect and reduced duration. Since reduced duration don't matter for Fish Blood, right? You are always having the flask effect. So for the suffix of the flask, they will always go for crit. So one crit flask itself will give you about 150, right? 150 crit chance, right? So you must remember that there's this thing called enkindling orb. Enkindling can give you 70% increased flask effect. 70% plus the 25 from the flask itself, from the flask prefix itself, is 95% increased flask effect. So 95% is technically a times 2 already. So the flask itself can actually give you about 300% increased crit strike chance. So people who don't need the crit strike chance can skip the diamond, but I recommend people who are building crit can use diamond flask to solve a big portion of what they need for crit. Yeah.
Also, one thing that's very popular nowadays is Taste of Hate because of the conversion. But since Mage Blood doesn't let you use Taste of Hate, so you might want to think about that also.
Yeah. So I think okay, so builds that actually use Mage Blood, right? They actually just need to consider what their last flask will be, right? And I think Taste of Hate is currently to me Taste of Hate is the best flask, both offensively and defensively. I think Taste of Hate as a defensive flask is second only to Progenesis, but you look at the price difference, I think you can say Taste of Hate is definitely ahead of Progenesis because Progenesis is like 30 demand or something, right? So as to how to sustain flask, I think there's a lot of other methods, right? You can get flask charge gain, you can get a reduced flask effect, reduced flask charge use, and also to a certain extent, if you got some form of gain, you can extend the flask effect duration all the way such that it always refills.
For this league, we have flash duration tattoos with my Pathfinder thing.
Yeah, that is the build that I'm going to play later, but I don't want to talk too much about this because people will keep buying my tattoos away. You see? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. What else? Joseph, what do you think of Mage Blood as a unique?
It's either you can use the 3 elemental flask to solve your resist and reduce the damage taken, or so I mean that will make you make your gearing a lot easier, or you can go for the full damage route with crit flask. If you are playing armor stack, you can use granite flask and jade flask with iron reflex to change everything into armor.
One thing that is no longer popular nowadays, but used to be quite popular, is Queen of the Forest. You will need the Jet Flask for the Queen of the Forest, and Queen of the Forest is really nice. Yeah.
Okay, just a tidbit of information that nobody asked for. Queen of the Forest with Mage Blood is actually one of the most popular gear set for people who are running heists. Just saying. Yeah. Because they use the Mage Blood to use permanent evasion, and they also use the Steep Knight has 100% more evasion, I think, or 50% more. I forget already. So they use these two flasks to make sure that you get a lot of evasion, and then they'll just run into heists to do their shenanigans, lah, right? Yeah. Okay, so I agree with you, but the problem with 3 elemental flasks on a Mage Blood build means that I think you're going to use a Quicksilver, right? I'm going to assume the last flask is going to be Quicksilver anyways. So if you use 3 elemental flasks, it means that you have no damaging flask. That means your gear have to be all very offensive to make sense.
I think you technically can drop Quicksilver for Onslaught Flask because you can also roll Flask effect, and it does affect the Onslaught buff.
Yes, correct. Okay, as a reason why I say that one is all right. Because of the availability of the tattoo for the onslaught on hit. I think nowadays I don't think it is very expensive, but every now and then when I find that it still produces a shing, right? So I'm not sure what was the price. Uh, we are checking PoE Ninja right now. It's 100C, right? It's 100C for the onslaught on hit. But the way I see it, the prices are there because people are playing with the opportunity cost of their build, right? Because if you use the onslaught, you cannot use frenzy charge. You can't use the +1 dex gem, right? Okay, so I give my opinion about Mage Blood. I think Mage Blood is a very good slot to solve what your build cannot get. So let's say I'm playing a Templar, right? Templar, if I cannot get suppressed on a Templar, I'm going to use a Quad Flask with a Mage Blood, right? Because the only suppressed nodes that I can reliably get is actually towards Shadow. There is a small cluster there that gives about 22% suppress, and all the other suppress you have to get it from gear or from the flask itself, the Mage Blood itself. So I think maybe that's just how I see Mage Blood, right? One Quicksilver, Onslaught. If you are going for Onslaught tattoo, then you don't need Onslaught, right? Definitely put one of the elemental rest. I think Ruby is the best, but there are people who are playing Dying Sun builds, so they cannot stack Ruby, right? So yeah, to me, Mage Blood is just a build solver. It doesn't give you really that much damage because the only damaging flask that we have currently is Diamond, and not all builds go crit anyway. So if you let's say you're playing Poison, right? If you are playing Poison, all your flasks can be defensive. And this is why, right, I think GG should nerf Poison. I think it's a bit too much, really.
No. Let me make a few builds first. I want to play more budget builds. I don't want more expensive builds.
I think Poison currently has very decent endgame numbers, but I think because they don't need to invest that much into other sources of damage, most of the builds nowadays, when I see them playing Poison, their defensive choices are off the roof. I think it's a bit crazy. I don't mind, but or maybe GG could do something. They could make other build types have better defensive options, you know?
Well, it's GGG. They will just remove Poison from the game. They're not going to give us anything extra.
Yeah, I mean, who knows, right? Poison has always been like the favorite league starters for maybe for 5 to 6 leagues now already, right? Yeah, it always started. I think it started way back when Seismic Trap was a thing. People don't want to play the cold version straight away. They'll play Poison first, then eventually they'll change it.
I feel that Poison skills don't have very good coverage, so they usually don't feel that good to play. Is that a good one?
I think these days people are playing Ensanguinate. Ensanguinate is very good clear, but because it's a fifth skill, you can also poison with Ensanguinate. Then Ensanguinate solves your clear issue, but for top end damage, I think people still won't be playing Ensanguinate. People will change out for Blade 4.
Okay, that's quite interesting. Another thing is there should be a Poison and Impale variant of Shockwave Totem, which I heard has pretty good damage numbers.
I think Impale Shockwave is actually pretty sick. The thing is, right, you have to go and buy the gloves like right now if you want to play. Because the gloves are only dropped from Uber Elder, if I'm not wrong. And the fact that there are some people who are crazy enough to corrupt the glove for spell crit, I think you have to take note of that also for people who want to play that one, right? Because without that glove, you actually cannot play spell Impale. I mean, there is the meme about how you can use Dahlias with the green note and then with Ashes with a EK Divergent. Because Divergent EK has the chance to Impale. If not for that, I think you cannot even play. You cannot play spell Impale. Then what else? Are you going to play champion? Are you going to play, like, if you are playing Shockwave Totem, are you going to play champion, or are you going to play Hierophant, or are you going to play Scion? Right?
Isn't there a cluster jewel that gives Impale? But it's probably not enough.
They removed the cards long ago. Yeah, the leak after the Delirium release, it stayed for 1 league, and then I think they will remove deep cards eventually. But somewhere in my standard stash, I still have Megalomaniacs with deep cards. I have a lot of them. Cause I bought a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I played Poison Shockwave, I think 2 leagues ago. Yeah. But that was during Sanctum League. Yeah. Then it was quite straining on my fingers because I'm using I can't remember the name of the jewel. And then you have to cast the curses yourself.
The Sanctum Jewel, the blue color one.
Yeah.
What's that? Balance of Terror.
Yes. Then I have to cast Temp Chains and Despair myself. So Despair gives
Reader, right?
Reader on hit, and Temp Chains I went for the
Skill effect duration?
I actually can't remember. There is one is action speed cannot be lowered, I think, and the other one is CDR. Yeah, I can't remember which one I went for, but yeah, it was quite. I mean, mapping wise, you don't really have to curse things. Like Shockwave itself can sort of clear already, but for bosses, you definitely have to put down your totems and curse the boss. And I was also running the what do you call it, Divine Blessing Haste with Wilmers, right? So to boost Shockwave cast speed. Yep.
Actually, right, since we are talking about Sanctum, I heard that Ice Spear Totem is better than Shockwave Totem, specifically in Sanctum, because I think we can agree that Ice Spear Totem has a higher damage cap on single target. And they mentioned that since Sanctum is mostly single target, the logic is Ice Spear Totems are actually better than Shockwave Totem.
I think the Ice Spear Totems is just that it's a bit harder to build because you actually have to. I think most of the Ice Spear players are playing Soul Mentor, right? Soul Mentor.
Actually, actually, I think Soul Mentor is easier to build nowadays because there's the reduced curse effect to tattoo as well. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So if they are still using Soul Mentor, it's not really a problem. Because Soul Mentor is actually just a DPS chest. I've never seen Soul Mentor as a very weak chest. So Soul Mentor has always been strong. It's crazily strong, right? The thing about Shockwave itself versus Ice Spear is the aura's choices. Shockwave can use hatred and with more effect, whereas for Ice Spear, technically people don't use hatred unless they have the Watcher side. They rather go Zealotry. So I think the ceiling for fist spells is always higher. Just that, just nice. Ice Spear is a very old skill, so that back then when they released all the numbers on Ice Spear, it doesn't make sense for current gems. If you look at whatever effects that Ice Spear have, what second form have 600% increased crit, 15% more crit multi. This kind of stats won't appear on new gems already. Yeah, it is because of this fact that crit is so easy to get on Ice Spear. You don't need to skill crit and you have quick cap. And that is why Ice Spear is strong. But whether is it stronger than Shockwave, I'm not sure. Very hard to say.
Well, I think one thing is that it could be better for a mid budget. I'm pretty sure the replicas Dragonflights should be cheaper. But I'm not sure about it now. I sniped 50C1 donkey years ago. I'm not sure.
I mean, I think if you have a mage blood, you want to play Ice Spear Totems, it's alright. The thing about Ice Spear Totems, right? There is two ways to gear it. So you either double warn it, or you use the annihilating light. But both of these gearing, right, don't make sense for totems because normally you want another totem, right? So I'm not sure which way you want to go about it. But shockwave is very clear. Shockwave, one wand, one shield. Yeah, you rather have 6 shockwave totems, right? But for ice spear, I think the most common ice spear that I've seen around, people use another thing like just for the triple damage. Yeah.
Well, I would like to correct myself. I wasn't using Wilmer's on my Shockwave Totem. I was using Devouring Diadem. Yeah.
And this league, I found 3 of those. So if you need, I can pass you one. If you really want to play Shockwave Totem with the helm lah. But the way I see it, that this league, most of the Shockwave players, they are playing Heat Shiver as usual. The broken helmet. I don't know when GG want to nerf this helmet. I'm so done with this helmet, right? Okay, so if Shockwave is one of your choice, any other builds that you are currently looking at?
No, I need to find some inspiration with inspiration support.
Poison SRS.
Well, technically, I can play Poison SRS because I have my Covenant. Yeah.
But I think Mage Blood with poison or like any minion build is like super not worth it.
I think poison is fine. Well, recently Zizeran made a video on his Pathfinder Blade 4 poison build, right? That build is using Mage Blood one. So I mean, Mage Blood is like I say, it's just a build solver. It solves some of your problems that the build cannot get the stats, right?
Right, actually, speaking of builds, right, there's this I remember we talked about this earlier, the Arcanist Winter brand or Eye of Winter, Arcanist brand Eye of Winter. I'm not sure how well it works out. I tried it a little bit to attempted to try a level with it on Tabula Rasa. It doesn't really work very well. I think you need NTR for it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you actually need Nimis and about 170 increased projectile speed to actually make sense of that build. Because you need the amount of projectile speed so that the Eye of Winter, that the whole projectile comes back. If not, it dissipates. Yeah. So I cannot imagine that faster proc is actually a more multiplier, you see. Because faster proc has always been a meme support. Like nobody actually uses faster proc. But for that build, you actually need to hit your breakpoint so that the Eye of Winter actually comes back for the double damage. Yeah.
Okay. I just stuck the faster projectiles inside. I was hoping it will work straight out of the box, but it looks like it doesn't.
I think Nimi's price has been quite stable, right? I mean, I bought it early for 6 div, but I think currently it's around 15. Yeah, 12. Yeah, 12, 15. Yeah, just buy one if you have the money. I think Nimis is it's an item that is going to be strong, regardless, until GG decides to nerf this ring, right? The moment they nerf this ring means a lot of builds going to die anyway. So yeah, we will see next league see whether they nerf this. I can't believe, right, if they keep continuing to nerf Nimis, but they don't touch Heat Shiver, right, I'm done. I'm actually so done with this shit.
Wait, but I like Hit Shiva. It's a cheap item.
Okay, I like it as well for damage, for cheap damage, but I don't like that a lot of endgame builds are using Heat Shiver. It doesn't make sense. You see, like why are stronger helmets not being considered, but people are playing Heat Shiver just because they want damage? It doesn't make sense. Yeah, but okay, let's not go too much about this talk about Heat Shiver, right? Okay, so currently you are playing the auto bombing and you haven't looked at builds, but Shockwave Totem is something that you are familiar and willing to look at it. My honest opinion is if you want to play anything tanky, just play Fist build. Reap Shockwave Totem with Mage Blood should be okay. Cold conversion, always best for damage. But if you want tanky, fire conversion.
Cold conversion versus poison, which one better?
Definitely cold. Cold is always better. Cold is always a top end build. That's how I see it. Although recently poison has been gaining traction because, like I say, for cold to have higher damage, not any issue. But for cold to have the same amount of defenses as the poison variant, maybe a bit hard. Yeah. So if you're talking about if you are going to play, we are all playing softcore, but let's say you have the hardcore mentality, but you're playing softcore, just play poison. I think poison is strong. So yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking of this, right? I looked at the thing that the support gem that reduces the duration of ailments and makes you deal the damage faster. I think there's a chance that it's another budget thing, but I think there's a chance there might be some multiple ignite builds that's possible because like on the wiki, the moment you use that support gem, right? The ignite goes all the way down to 0.44 seconds. So if you don't really increase the duration, most people don't hit that fast. There are some builds that don't hit that fast. And the rough idea is that ignite will give you 90% damage on your hit base. So theory crafters can go look and have fun.
I mean, I think previously people were quite hyped on sadism, but the problem is that was there something along the line? I remember last time ignite, if you don't hit a certain threshold duration, it doesn't count.
Hello? I actually not too sure about that, but if it doesn't hit that threshold, I think you're not dealing enough damage. I'm not sure.
No, it's not. It's not a damage threshold. It's that because you reduce the duration such that it's so low, I think there is a chance that um the duration, the ignite, that doesn't count. Yeah.
I think at the start of the league, I have already seen people talking about it on Reddit. Like the server tick on this has already been solved. So it's not an issue now. I'm not too sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So while we are looking at this, then okay, so I got a few meme builds that I want to play, right? It's have you all seen the Scorching Ray build that I linked you all about? Scorching Ray Totems. I want to use Mage Blood with that, zoom.
Oh, yeah, that looks quite funny.
Yeah. That one actually looks good. Yeah. So I was thinking maybe you have to do. Look at the second line. See, elemental ailments other than freeze are no longer discarded if their duration is lower than 300 ms. So this has been something that's changed, right? So now you can do this. But I think back then, if you are not even dealing a certain amount of duration, you cannot even ignite. Yeah.
Okay, I actually didn't even know that.
Yeah. So I'm looking at this Scorching Ray Totems build, but to me that one is a very mean build. I'll just play a new one just to play a new character just to try to experience it. But yeah, back on the topic that I want to talk about, inflation, right? So currently, I think I'm being streamer taxed by a lot of streamers because they are playing, and even the build of the week. Um, I'm looking to buy this Matsuhoto machination, right? I think that's how you actually pronounce the name of the shoe. It's the weird shoe with like 5 keystone, right? So I have been wanting to play this build, the Poison Molten Strike build that uses this shoe, right? The thing is that I saw this shoe was up for like like maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago. I had the money to buy it. I didn't buy it. Because at that point of time, I haven't got the other relevant gears to gear the build. Then I think as of the last few days, Josie's actually made a build regarding this, so it became the build of the week. And then yeah, the whole economy around the shoe boomed all the way to about 30 divine, right? So I don't know who will buy this shoe at 30 divine, to be honest, but currently what I'm hoping for is just that people are actually just people need to chill with all this hype marketing, right? People need to chill because I want to buy my Matsuhito at a lower price. It doesn't make sense that people are selling it for 30 divine. Yeah.
Went to confirm that at the time of the podcast, it's 30 divines. It's really 30 divines. It's quite funny.
10x of the original price is insane, man. Even though, like, I mean, everybody's getting a lot more divine, but that's not really the way to spend them.
And the fact that there's just this kind of people, right, that would actually just hold the items. They will try to list it for 30, and then they eventually don't sell for the rest of the league. Because honestly, I don't think anybody's buying this shoe for 30 divine. You know what? Just because of this, right? I might not just play. I might just stop playing my build because it doesn't make sense. Even though I got like 160 div to spare, it doesn't make sense for me to buy a shoe for the 30 where I could have just bought like maybe 3 factoring or 4 factoring for the same amount of price to to try for a decent fracture, right? To try for the spine bone fracture, let's say, right? Even that, the spine bone fracture, I think a fracture plus 2 arrow spine bone is like 40 div. I would get better adrenaline pumps from fracturing that than to pay 30 divine for a shield that I actually could have bought it 1 or 2 weeks ago for three divine. And I think any price below 20 is a bit okay. Any price above 20 is a bit too much for that shield. I found this shield before. It's not that rare. I think it's just being hyped up because firstly, I'm being streamer. I think a lot of streamers are playing this shield right now, and also because I am getting build of the week tags also, right? And I'm not liking this league because of this. Because I paid 50 divine more for the mage blood as well because there was this week that mage blood cards suddenly became expensive. I don't know why, but I can't be expecting to pay everything more, right? Even though I got more currency, this it doesn't make sense that I'm paying so much more. Yeah, and this is the reason why I am so pissed by the current gaming economy now. Even though I'm earning the decent amount of div per hour. Okay, just for clarification, I'm doing full-time climbing of the Trial of the Ancestors. Right, I'm having fun there. It's just that whenever I look at prices of things that I want to buy, it doesn't make sense, right? And I generally think this is a problem with Sanctum. I think this is a oversaturation of divine from Sanctum. Yeah.
Actually, right, in my opinion, it might be a good league for making expensive crafts because I feel that actually no, the ancestors are still quite expensive, but it's not nearly as expensive as the other chase items. So you might want to think about maybe doing a chase craft instead.
What kind of chasecraft are you talking about?
Well, I can't even do basic crafting, so I'm not sure. But you could probably do those mirror tier crafts like that you saw on Reddit and stuff like that. I know you know how to craft, so maybe you have some better idea.
Okay, the problem about mirror crafting is that people nowadays, the ceiling is synthesis items. And just looking at the chart for vivid vouchers, right? Because there won't be an item that drops raw with 3 implicits that is all good. Normally people get 2 good implicits and then they re-roll the last one with a lot of vivid vouchers and the where's the imprint beast, the frogs, right? Yeah, Krishik, Chimera, and Vivid vouchers. These 2 are the beasts that people will use to reroll the last implicits from the synthesis items. So the way I see is that mirror crafting will always be done by people who sink a lot of time, like maybe the streamers. Our playtime can definitely not match them because they play it like they play PoE more than a job. Right? It's their job, and maybe they also derive happiness from the game. I don't know. Cause honestly, if you tell me to play PoE when my challenges are completed, I won't play for 3 days and then I'll be done with the game because I think deep down I'm not that. I don't really enjoy PoE that much. I don't know how to say this, but I think the burnout is coming to me soon. Yeah.
Actually, for me, I feel a little bit of the burnout, but that's mostly because my builds suck. Yeah, and I'm kind of like preparing for the next league, like trying to figure out like strategies or what builds could be sleeper, because we are playing softcore trade, right? There's usually always something that's really cheap or something you can abuse a little bit more, and then you can buy off the other people first.
I can give you one tip. I'm going to buy the first few Widow Hill 250%. I'm definitely buying that already.
No, but the Widow Hill 250%, they already rose in price like crazy already, right? They're still really expensive.
At least when I bought them, it was 6.95. I'm not sure if it went up.
I'm pretty sure before people figure out the rear guard tech, it was definitely cheaper. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, for any case, Widow Hill, so we are speaking in the with the assumption that Dota will go core, right? I think this is the way I see is that Dota itself, there still needs to be a bit more polishing for some of the chieftains and the units. But as a mechanic and their rewards, I think it makes sense. I think it is a mode that can compare to Hive. It has its own content. It has its own unique currency, which is like a separate end game, like Hive. So I think people who find Dota fun, if next league Dota becomes core, it's also a good place for people to farm the uniques there. You see, so if it becomes a separate end game, it means that people have one more thing to do. And since PoE 2 is going to be a separate game, so the more side games that they add to PoE 1 is actually better for the game. That's the way I see it.
But I think it probably won't go core next league. So next league would probably not be. You guys can't see it, but Joseph is very sad right now. He was in the Tota mines before any of us.
The way I see is that I think tattoo should go core. Some of the tattoos shouldn't make it to core. I don't think the Max Press tattoo should ever exist again. I think Max Press tattoo has been broken. And okay, even though I am using some of them right now, I think that Max Press tattoo actually breaks the game because it makes melding too easy. And what happened to melding when it was too easy? GG nerfed melding a lot. They whack it with the -6 res to 4 res, right? back then melding only had minus 70 to 90 resist, no minus max res. So at least to maintain the order of what GG thinks is normal gameplay, I think tattoos with max res actually violates that kind of gameplay. Like it makes your current league fun because you can play with such play things, but for the core game to go forward, I don't think it's good because people will just abuse really the cold rest tattoo at Ranger, right? And then they get UI, put it at the shadow area, and then they got melding all set up. No cost. No, the cost is very little as compared to how people are building melding back in the days.
Actually, if we are still talking about budget stuff, right? I think Chieftain is better than intended because of the tattoos. You can get 90% max res actually really easily, especially with a warrior's tail, but you don't really have to have that. The only problem with Chieftain is that you're playing Chieftain, so you need to find a place to get your damage. But if you can get your damage, right, I think Chieftain is probably one of the cheapest ways to get 90% aureus. Yeah.
I mean, that was the intended redesign of the whole class, right? So, as much as I like to meme to it, I think Chieftain is just an add-on to Juggernaut.
Right. But add on to Juggernaut, and 90% max res is the worst class identity I've ever heard of in my entire life.
Like the rework with the 5% to do 500% explode damage, right? I think it's how do I say, like getting traction to it. Like Matthew was playing it a couple of weeks ago. Then this morning I saw like DS Lily was making an auto bomber with it, I think. Yeah, so I think, and then I mean it's not, I wouldn't say it's not great for bosses, but you need like the Val Porter, right? Val Bridge. Yeah.
I didn't really figure it out yet, but they said Flamewood Totem is strong, right? I think it might be very good for budget simulacrum farmer because 90% auras, physical conversion, and then it has the thing that lets you run Flamewood on Val Ancestral Warchief, not just Decoy. So with all that together, I think it's possible you might get a budget simulacrum farmer in a chieftain because the last I checked, the gloves are still quite cheap at around 20C, 20 to 30C max. We're talking about less than a divine here. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if it will be a good simulacrum farmer because for simulacrum it's actually much more complicated because I've done the simulacrum challenge this league because you have to finish 300 wave, by the way. 300 wave. 300 wave is as good as 150 wave, which is as good as 5 full waves, or for me, because my build I can't push that much. I can only get like maybe up to like 25, 26 before my build actually just breaks. The problem with simulacrum is you have to deal with chaos damage, and the chaos damage, honestly, I think just play CI. So you not the classic simulacrum farmers are actually phantasmal cremation. People don't use phantasmal cremation for the damage. People use the unnerf, right? They spawn the corpse and then they explode the corpse. So it's mainly that, and most of the players are playing necromancer. So necromancer, free block chance, Aegis. They are basically a build that don't die there. And basically simulacrum is like their jail lah. They are serving their time there lah, right? To farm currency lah, right? As to whether your chieftain will be a budget, I think it will be budget, but you can at most climb to maybe about 27, 28. Depend on the mods, you might die to those that gain extra. Gain feast as extra chaos, that will kill you already. because Chieftain will never go CI. At least those that I know lah. Unless you're strength stacking. Strength stacking with the Zealot's Oath chest. I forget what was the chest. Joffrey Century. Right. Yeah. Unless you go that's a very old school build. I don't think people are playing that many. But yeah.
Right. I actually didn't know about the chaos damage thing. That's actually quite interesting. But there might be other ways to increase chaos max res, but probably will be more complicated and we'll probably need to think much more about it.
Chaos Max Res is on a cluster jewel. The problem with cluster jewel is that once you decide to use that, right, it means you're giving up damage already. Because small clusters, you are technically exchange it for the reservation, which you can also add in one more new aura. Yeah. So have to balance that. For a class that don't really have damage, you are still sacrificing that for more defense. Cannot. That's the way I see it. Yeah.
So if that's the case, it seems like I should be playing some CI character.
No. Simulacrum is just one challenge. That's why I say you shouldn't be restricted by the challenge that you want to do. You should make a build that feels good with Mage Blood. Mage Blood is just there to support your dreams.
Tornado shot. Use tornado shot, clear everything.
Actually, Tornado Shot can. The thing about Tornado Shot is that you have to get this overwhelming damage, right? So that Sanctum is not even a problem. Can be done, but not easy.
Yeah, but the whole point of tornado shot is to have overwhelming damage, so you can kill everything.
I think let's not go too far. I think Tornado Shot is really just to be honest, if I'm playing TS, I wouldn't even play Mage Blood because you don't need Mage Blood. Mage Blood is just a QL. There are better belts with damage that you can use. That's not Mage Blood. Yeah. Anyway, Tornado Shot, the most expensive thing is not Mage Blood. It's the bow. Most of people farm out a mirror just to mirror the bow, right? Because people don't craft the bow.
So with the divine inflation, you can go craft a blow.
I think you don't understand inflation. It means that even the crafting materials are expensive. Even the bases are expensive. Yeah, so the way I see it is you should make a build, right, that you can play around with your 200 divine. The main mage blood is there to support whatever you want to play, right? You go and look at some of the cool forbidden flame, forbidden flesh jewels that you can get. That makes sense. You can look at those that is build enabling one. Like if you're playing any witch class, go and look at occultist for the power charge one. It's so strong. You get a power charge generating tendency, right? If you are playing shadow, maybe you can take a look at the mini tailwind from trickster, right? Actually, it's not even mini tailwind. It is mini tailwind, but it's the other one that is strong. The action speed cannot be slower. Oh, that one is so good, right? Then if you are playing ranger, I think ranger is just the best class right now. All three ascendancies are broken, right? Even the ranger unique forbidden flesh and flame is very strong also. I'm actually intending to buy that. To build, maybe down the road I want to play a Rakiata dance with that particular one, because to be honest, my favorite melee skill is cyclone. So if I'm playing cyclone, I'm always going to move. So as you know lah, right? Rakiata dance don't have very good crit. So I'm gonna do the, I think, Searing Exarch boost implicit, the one that you drop the brittle ground. But because you also drop the brittle ground, it's actually by you. I think the Forbidden Flesh and Flame from Ranger exclusive, the Nature or a Fury of Nature, that one gives like 100% more ailments effect, which is crazy, right? So maybe that's something you can consider. Some of these more off-site Forbidden Flesh and Flame, very strong. Yeah. Yeah, I mean with 200 divine, I think finishing the challenge is not even a problem. You can even use the divine to buy the challenge outright. 40, not a problem. Yeah, but what's the joy in doing challenges if you don't do it yourself, right? Can you imagine paying them for everything? Don't make sense to me. Then you might as well just like the least like you don't even farm currency. You go and work. You go and work with the amount of money. Go and buy challenges. Use I don't want to advocate RMT, right? But what I'm just saying this to get a point across, right? If you are just buying challenges, then you are just taking the easy way out. You're not actually playing the game, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll think of a build. We'll get back to you guys in 2 weeks later, and then I would also like to play a build that can do Uber bosses. So because
Corey.
yeah, so we'll think about that. I mean, because this is the league that I have so much spare currency that I can build something. If not, usually it's like just challenges and then we're done.
Can we check Sublime Vision price? Sublime Vision Purity of Fire, just to make a point. Because I was thinking, right, if you don't want to play Cold Read, right, you can play Fire Read. Fire Read is very strong also and tanky. Purity of Fire. Oh, okay, it's not very expensive. 17 Divine. 17 Divine. The wand is easy to craft. The Dawnbreaker, the Dawnbreaker might be a hard one to get ready. Yeah. If you can get that Cloak of Flames, I think not a problem. Fire Rip is easy. Easily one of the strongest, tankiest build. Oh, for Dawnbreaker, you actually have to make all of the cold and lightning has to be 20 each. Physical, of course, if you can get as high as 20, that's the best lah. But yeah, for these two, you click the magnifying glass. The magnifying glass icon, the trade side. Yeah. Then for the cold damage taken as fire, 20, lightning 20 or so. No, can. This one is the only one online right now, but if you look for those that are listed maybe yesterday, right? Oh no, because you put the implicit. Take out the minion gems. Yep. 60C only. 60C, but for a very low physical roll, you want your physical roll as high as possible, right? Because with this shield, purity, sublime vision, and tempered by war, you are technically you won't be taking cold and lightning the damage already. Yeah. You only need to gear for chaos rest and fire rest. So you're technically playing the Matsuhito build but without you using that shield. Yeah. So you are tankier actually. Yeah.
Okay. Yep, we'll have a look.
But Fire Rip only has one ascendancy. It's called Inquisitor.
I guess I'm starting a new character then. Anyway, I have to do my my challenges. Surprisingly, I haven't done my Tota challenge, the one where you have to use the 8 idols with no few members.
I mean, if you need help, we can help you, right? I don't know if it will make it harder because I remember when I asked for help regarding this challenge, right? I actually got like 2 more of our guild members to come in to join me. The problem is that for every member that joins into your Tota team, there will be 1 more chieftain. So it becomes 3 chieftain, and some of the chieftain cannot be CC'd. Like I think Kalms, Utula, and Kahotura. These three cannot be CC, so might be a problem, might not be. I'm not sure. Yeah, but we can see how to deal with this.
I guess if you're coming in to help me, I guess I'll just use my Dota gear for the crowd control of the other units. And since we are only doing it at rank 200, I guess you can bring a DPS unit to burst them down. I think not too difficult.
Yeah. I forget. I still have my Ethereal Nice Inquisitor. I forget. Yeah, but we can definitely do that challenge quite easily. I don't think it's going to be hard. Yeah. So I think with that, as for the build that I want to play, I won't be talking about that for a while. I think for the next podcast, then I talk about the build that I want to play, because you know, there are just things that if I talk about this right now, even though I don't think many people are listening to this, but undeniably prices of the things that I want to buy keeps going up. So I really just want to share the build only after I build my character. So maybe for the next episode we can talk about what build I want to play. All right, and for that, I think we can close up this this episode. Anything more that you guys want to add?
Can I have free mage blood?
You can start doing Dota.
I think okay, so let's say once we gear our character finish and we have some spare divines, I don't see why we can't buy you one. Right.
Nah, I'm just joking. Yeah.
Hey, who knows? What if for the remaining 1,300 coins that I have, I manage to find, let's say, a mirror or a raw mage blood from Dota? I can pass one to you. Not a problem.
Yeah, but it's not that fun. I like to play more budget builds, especially so I can prep for the next league.
Okay, can then we'll see how you do with your auto bombing next for the next podcast, and Joseph will think about what he wants to play with his overwhelming wealth for this league, and I'll share what I'm playing next. Playing my next character after I finish my 1,300 coins. Yeah, and for that we'll close up this particular episode. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.